Good morning. Just a couple of minutes before 7 o'clock. We'll have news from our WSJM newsroom in just a moment. Also, we'll have the latest from ABC News as well. 61 degrees in Benton Harbor, 61 in St. Joseph, 53 over in Dowagiac. Supposed to get warmer today. Fungal fever. We'll talk about that. Let's do that right now. After nearly 20 cases of valley fever were identified after a summer music festival in California, state health officials are warning that risk from the fungal infection rises in the late summer and early fall. So this is a music festival over in California. And apparently,
there's enough said.
Yeah, well, apparently people and pets can get the infection just by breathing in the fungal spores in the dust from the outdoors that have fungal fever fungus in it. Do you know anything about, fungus type things?
No.
What was that show, The Last of Us or something?
Missed that one.
Oh, I think it's based on a video game, but basically the invaders are like fungus beings and they take over the planet. Yeah, it's not good. Zombies and stuff like that.
No.
Ooh, looks like rare cases are some issues. We'll talk about that in a moment. We've got ABC News coming up in just a moment. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Over there is Brett Witkowski. And we have turned on the video cameras already on the YouTube and Facebook. So if you want to watch what's going on behind the scenes, just tune in for that. All you need to do is go to Facebook or YouTube and type in WSJM, and you can see the video live stream that we have going on. We do it every weekday, Monday through Friday from 7 to 8 a.m. Got some fun interviews later on this week. We'll talk about that. We'll give you exclusive video content and all kinds of other things right here on the WSJM Morning Show. It's 7 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The search resuming in southeast Kentucky for 32-year-old Joseph Couch, the main suspect in a series of highway shootings along I-75 that have left 5 people injured. Laurel County Sheriff John Root said on Sunday the gun they believe was used was bought just one day before the shooting.
If you're not a felon or something, if you can go in and you can fill the paperwork, anyone can purchase the guns.
When was that?
That was yesterday.
The assault-style rifle believed to...
Okay, and welcome to the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. I'm Ken Lundberg. Over there is Brett Witkowski playing on his smartphone. Get that high score yet?
I was looking to see how much the federal government spends per day.
Oh, okay. What'd you find?
$17 billion.
17 million or 17 billion?
I got to figure that out because it's they spend 6.2 trillion.
That I would go with $1 billion.
Yeah. Can you imagine? There's your monopoly.
Oh boy. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of asterisks in there. A lot of that's Social Security that they send out, right? So Social Security. Yeah. A lot of that's probably defense.
Oh.
Got some grants for your roads, some health things.
Big deficit, $2 trillion.
You got salary of the government workers.
$2 trillion deficit. You know the richest part of the United States is?
Tell me.
For per capita income?
I bet it's like Yorba Linda, California or something.
No, Washington, D.C. area.
Oh, for in which way? The real estate?
No, just per capita income.
Just the people. Oh, yep. The income.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's government workers.
Clearly, they're not surveying Elon Musk's neighborhood.
Well, no, but he lives in a little house in Texas, doesn't he?
I don't know. I don't know where he lives.
That's where
he probably lives on a private jet. The guy's not hurting. It's not like he has a modest life with knitted doilies.
He's got like 8 to 10 kids too.
I think he's had 5 wives. I think that's right.
Has he?
Well, you're the one that told me that.
He's not Mormon, no.
Oh boy.
Well,
Brett Witkowski.
Remember we had the show.
Guests that we have coming in this week. Let's see. Tomorrow, Maureen Adams from the Berrien County Veteran Service Office.
You got a big giveaway this week.
Becky Waymer is coming in from Water Street Glassworks on Wednesday, and she'll bring a guest. I think I have a name for that. Anyway, so we've got that, and then Dan McCrary from Toasties is coming in on Thursday.
Sounds like you got some food.
Celebrating 85 years.
Wow.
Water Street Glassworks, I think 20 years.
Yeah, I remember when they started down there.
Yeah, it's a great little facility. It's warm in the wintertime.
I bet. No need for heat.
All right, we've got news to cover. We'll be right back.
.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good
Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
From the Pat Moody Studios, this is News Talk Sports 94.9. WSJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph. Depend on us. WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
61 degrees outside, mostly clear skies, some winds blowing through. Both in St. Joseph and Benton Harbor right now, 61 degrees. Chilly as you go inland, 53 in Dowagiac right now. Buchanan has 52, New Buffalo, a little warmer down there, 57 degrees. Niles is reporting 51 degrees right now. I'm Ken Lundberg. Brett Witkowski's over there. He's my co-host today. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Forecast for today, sunny, high around 80, west winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting to 20. Tonight's forecast, it's going to remain clear, a low overnight of 53, southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then warming up significantly tomorrow, it's going to be mostly sunny, a high around 86. South winds 5 to 10. Wednesday, sunny, high around 87. Thursday, sunny, high around 87. Friday, mostly sunny, high around 85. So your week is going to look pretty nice.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful for September.
Yeah, so last little kiss of summer.
Yeah, I would agree.
We'll see if it is. I thought it was going to be the last little kiss of summer last week, but
well, that was gooey weather.
That was pretty good.
This is just nice, hot.
Nice and hot. All right, some of the news that we're covering this morning from the WSJM newsroom. One we told you about yesterday, a 22-year-old Benton Harbor man is dead, and police are asking for the public's help in identifying a suspect after gunshots were fired over the weekend at an illegal block party in Benton Township. It happened early Sunday morning, somewhere around 2 a.m. According to a statement from the Benton Township Police, officers were on scene already of a large party at the intersection of Broadway and Emory. If you know that neighborhood, that's right on the borderline between Benton Harbor and Benton Township. Benton Township took the call on this one.
Right.
While attending to other issues, officers heard gunshots in an adjacent field. And while responding to that, officers found a victim suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Life-saving efforts were attempted, but they were unsuccessful. The man died at the hospital. The identity of the victim has not yet been released. Investigators say they know there were hundreds of people at that party, and they believe multiple people witnessed the incident. They are requesting anyone with information to please come forward and give that information. You can do it anonymously, or you can do it with your name, whatever you choose, but just contact the Benton Charter Township Police office.
Do that.
Other news that we're following this morning, the Michigan Department of Transportation will be closing Red Arrow Highway at I-94 in Stevensville starting tomorrow. That closure will run through next Monday. The highway will be closed for bridge beam setting and deck work. Motorists should expect delays in that area, and alternate routes are advised. A detour will be posted. The Berrien County Treasurer's Office, that is, has held the county's first land auction of the year. We checked in with Treasurer Shelley Wyke.
It went very well. We had 119 parcels, and we sold 96 of them, leaving us with 23 unsold parcels, giving us sales of about $2.5 million.
Wyke says proceeds from these auctions used to go to the county for things like blighted property demolition. However, a recent lawsuit requires owners of foreclosed and auctioned properties to be paid excess funds that's above their tax bill.
At this time, we are not doing any demolitions because we're involved in lawsuits for excess proceeds that go back a number of years, and we have to see what the final dollar amount is that we will have to be paid to pay out.
Wyke says among the big properties sold last week was the former Modern Plastics site in Benton Harbor. The buyer offered the minimum bid of $752,000. That's basically just to pay the back taxes. Now they have the property. They've got to clean it up because the building's under a demolition order. The buyer has not been identified. The site has 7 parcels, one of which has the old factory on it that we just talked about. Other notable properties sold: a lakefront parcel in Chickaming Township and a residential property in Benton Township. that sold for $105,000, well over the minimum bid of $13,000. Weick says properties all over the county went for sale, and the 23 unsold parcels will be back up for auction before the end of the year. Just as the new COVID boosters become available, the Berrien County Health Department is seeing a spike in respiratory illnesses in the area. Department epidemiologist Sarah Palmer tells us the latest numbers are showing COVID in particular has jumped in recent weeks. Although hospitals are no longer required to report COVID cases, Palmer says county health officials have seen the trend themselves.
We can say we've seen a 30% increase in emergency department and urgent care visits due to respiratory complaints throughout the month of August. And from our surveillance of COVID-19 test results, we've seen a 23% increase in COVID in just the last 2 weeks.
Palmer says flu cases are down, but another troubling trend seen by the health department is a cluster of active tuberculosis cases. That's opposed to the latent TB cases, which are not contagious and don't cause active illness.
We do see a decent amount of latent tuberculosis, and then every year we see about an average of 2 active tuberculosis cases, and those are the ones we're the most concerned about. Currently, we have a small cluster. It's 3 cases related to each other.
Palmer says the health department has tracked those 3 cases and investigated their close contacts. She doesn't believe there's a threat to the community. She says those at most risk of TB are people who have traveled overseas and people that work in hospitals, shelters, or nursing homes. TB is treatable, so she says it's important for anyone with a latent case to see a doctor on a regular basis. As for COVID, Palmer says people who are up to date on their vaccines have a much lower hospitalization rate. And the annual Classic and Antique Car Cruise-In will once again take over the parking lot of Martin's Supermarket in Stevensville this Tuesday. It will be a benefit for United Way of Southwest Michigan. The United Way's Don Hawley tells us the annual event, sponsored by First Source Bank and Martin's Supermarket, has been bringing together car enthusiasts and families for more than a decade.
It involves lots of amazing cars, free food, which of course we hope that you'll make a donation for, and lots of kids stuff, face painting. There's going to be a cakewalk. There's going to be incredible prizes for the best car and the best paint job, which people get to vote on. And it's just always been an incredible event.
Howley says in addition to cool cars, there'll be some emergency response vehicles and tractors. DJ Zach East. How does it get more hip and groove than that? DJ Zach East will provide. Zach East actually works here at Midwest Family.
And for United Way.
And for United Way. And so we know him. So that'll be fun. He has a good DJ voice, I guess. DJ Zach East will provide some music and have a raffle. She says that available food will include hot dogs, chips, cookies, popsicles, popcorn, and pop, generously provided by local vendors. Again, those who have a bite to eat are asked to make a donation to the United Way. The car show itself is free to attend, and it's part of Martin's and First Source United Way campaigns. The event will be at the Martin's parking lot from 4 to 7 on Tuesday. You going to take the orange cruiser there?
I can on Tuesday.
Why not?
Got meetings at night.
Well, from 4 to 7, I mean, you got, what time's your meeting start? We can slot you in. We can get you there.
I got shooting and skill work at basketball, 4:45 to 6.
Oh, so sports ball.
Yeah. You want me to play that?
You should take here. Give me the keys to the Orange Beast.
No.
Give me the keys to the Orange Beast, and I'll take her down there.
There's really only been 3 people who've driven the last 30 years.
I'll give away. Really? Oh, that sounds like a challenge.
Myself, my father-in-law, who has since passed, and the mechanic.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah.
Boy.
And our mechanic.
You got
that's it.
Tight hold on those keys. All right.
You got to know how to drive a stick, and you'd be amazed who doesn't know
how many gears does it have? 4?
4.
That's simple.
I agree.
You put it first, second, third, fourth, and then race if you want to go really fast.
No,
yeah, you get it up in 4th gear and then race, right?
No, not in this one.
Okay. All right. It's 7:12. It's the WSJM morning show. We've got sports coming up next right here and some other fun stuff to talk about.
In sports, opening weekend of the NFL season. Last night on Sunday Night Football, David Montgomery.
When's the first time you drove a stick shift?
Driver's ed.
Okay.
1940. No,
1941, 42?
I don't know, 82, 83, whatever year.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So we did driver's ed at the St. Joe bus station back then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so where the St. Joe bus station is now, that was like brand new. And they're like, anybody drive a stick? I'm like, yeah, I can, which I'd never.
Yeah.
You learn how to mesh it, and so like in our family, I told the son-in-laws, you know how to drive a stick, let me know. So one does, one I'm like, you're not learning on this.
No.
So the other one son-in-law's driven a convertible, but not the orange truck yet.
Oh, okay. How's the convertible doing? I thought you were having problems with that.
We had tire problems, so
okay,
just waiting to get new front tires on that.
Good to hear.
So I did drive it even with the spare up to Coloma and back.
You shouldn't have done that.
I took the old highway.
I always get frustrated when I see people who are driving on the spare for extended periods of time. You know they're not going to the nearest gas station or tire place.
It was a nice day, and I'm wanting to have the hair, the wind go through my hair.
Okay. Well, let me put it this way: was the spare the little donut, or was it a full size?
No,
it was the donut, and you were driving around. You're not supposed to drive around on the donut.
You can drive up to 50 miles an hour, which I went 50. It was a nice day.
You probably bet on football games too, don't you?
Not through Vegas. No, I bet food.
I guess that's okay.
And I did win a dozen donuts for next Saturday's coaches show.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What kind of donuts? Did you
Whatever,
specify?
No, a donut's a donut.
You should specify.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
It's 12 of them. At least one's I'm not like.
Well, if it's a baker's dozen, you get 13, right?
No, I said 12. You're getting me all confused.
It's the math.
So I'll have that. Got a lot of sugar coming in, I think, next Saturday right now.
Oh, you got to watch it. Boy, oh boy.
And it could have a cookie. You're going to show the cookie or not?
Oh, yeah.
What the heck?
Look at this beautiful, amazing cookie that Brett brought me.
Well, it's Mama Graziano.
It's a Mama Graziano.
St. Joe football games cookie.
And it's wrapped up in this beautiful, nice little pocket here. To give you scale, my head is pretty big.
Yeah, you do have a big head.
I have it. Thank you. I have a big head. And this is a big cookie.
Yeah. Put it in the palm of your hand. It's about the size of your hand. Yep.
About that big. So thank you. Thank you again for bringing me a cookie. Thank you for not eating it. Did you open it a few times?
Miracle.
Was it calling to you in the middle of the night? Brad.
I left him in the car on purpose.
I'm so lonely. Bring me. Come eat.
I still got 2 or 3 in the car.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah. I'm going to share them with the office. Let them fight over
it. That's nice. That's nice. Good morning to Bill. Good morning to Diane. Good morning to Mike. Hey, Mike. Good morning, friend, and Ken. You're funny, Mike. Mike will be coming in and joining us as a fill-in co-host when you're gone a couple of times.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice. That'll be fun. And I'm sure we'll talk about financial stuff because he's good at that.
He likes it.
And we'll talk about other stuff as well. Let's see. What do you want to talk about? You have anything on your plate this morning you want to bring up? Otherwise, I'm going to keep talking about the news.
That's okay. News is important today.
Ooh, there's an Apple event later today. We'll talk about that.
Eating apples, like bobbing for apples?
I wish.
Apple computer stuff.
You know, one of my sons.
I sucked at bobbing for apples.
I never tried it. It just looked impossible.
Yeah,
it looked frustrating.
It is impossible.
It looks frustrating.
My friend at his 7th birthday party had it down the street, and I think I almost drowned.
You didn't realize? Oh, I'm supposed to breathe. How am I going to breathe? I haven't got an apple yet.
Well, I didn't think it could come up till you had one.
Niles Scream Park opened this weekend. I did not go yet.
I've never been.
I've never been. But
a lot of high school kids go to that.
Yeah, my kids are looking forward to it. Hang on just a sec. We'll be right back.
83 and a little warmer for our Tuesday. Still sunny though. High temperatures up around 83 to 85. The hotter weather is really the middle and end of the week when highs will be around 85 to 87. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
It was a good weekend for getting out and about. We were driving around yesterday and found ourselves in the Benton Harbor Arts District and had some pizza, some delicious pizza. Yeah,
where at?
Livery.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Forgot to have pizza.
So
there.
good. Yeah, the cheese, the
They're
mushrooms.
from Ball State.
Are they?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Ball State did an article on them and I for, it's got to be 20 years ago, like their quarterly magazine.
I'm Ken Lundberg. Brett Witkowski's over there regaling us with Ball State stories today.
Yep.
Is it today Ball State Day?
No, but
okay.
It just kind of popped up.
No, it was delicious. So we had a good time there.
Yeah, they've been there a long time.
They have been. We went upstairs to eat our pizza, and they have that whole, if you've been there, you know that they have games in the upstairs deck, little board games you can bring out.
Daughter would love that.
So I made the mistake of letting my son choose, my 13-year-old 6'1" son. He's tall.
I guess so. Because you're not.
I'm not. He's 6'1". Well, that's what my phone said. I'll show you in a minute. But he went over and picked out Jumanji, which fun game. The rules are they're written for somebody who has little attention span, because it tells you one thing about the rule and then it says, hey, there's more later on in the rules. Read this somewhere else. More on this, and then it really explains it. But
I like Yahtzee. That was always my favorite.
I haven't played that in so long.
My mom and I would play when I was a kid growing up on Saturday nights at the kitchen table.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Were you good at it?
I mean, you roll dice. How hard is it to be good? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, isn't there a strategy somewhere?
My mom was always pretty good at board games.
Okay.
My dad loved checkers.
Yeah, checkers is fun.
My brother and him played that a lot.
Yeah. Chess? Much for chess?
No, I still don't understand all the rules of chess.
We'll play chess.
And I don't think I'm smart
Let's
enough
play
for
chess. No, we could do that. That'll be fun.
Hey, we should do that one.
Play chess?
Yeah, like every segment, make a move.
That'd be a long show.
Well, yeah, it probably would be. Well, not if I'm playing. It might be pretty quick.
Apple company, maker of iPhones, iPods. What else do they make? Computers.
Yeah.
Money. They make a lot of money.
Yeah, they do make a lot of money.
Apple,
that's the first thing they make.
Apple is set to unveil its latest iPhone range, along with other product updates, at a big event today. The event, the tagline is "It's glow time." Instead of "It's go time," it's glow time.
I see.
Rumored to be centered around the Silicon Valley giant's flagship phone offering, which may be upgraded to support artificial intelligence capabilities and improve the phone's camera. Apple watchers also suggest that the Apple Watch and AirPods are due to receive upgrades as well. So if you're interested in the new offerings from Apple, the show Glow Time, whatever it is, it starts at 1:00. They always stream it live on the company's website, apple.com, and they do it on their YouTube channel as well. So let's see. They have the iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus. That's the rumor, and that's kind of the big headline. The major upgrade is a new A18 chip with 8 gigabytes of RAM, random access memory, to enable the support of the Apple Intelligence, which is the company's artificial intelligence software. So how do you feel about that?
Don't know anything about it, but sounds good.
I mean, everyone's trying to make use of artificial intelligence. Sometimes they wedge it in with a crowbar. Other times it just makes natural sense. And so artificial intelligence now kind of part of the operating system and the model. And I think what they're really saying is our chip is going to be fast enough to do this really quick. So that is coming out. Although they're also saying the new iOS, the new operating system, will probably have those same things for some of the more recent phones like the iPhone 15.
Sure.
So people who currently have that won't miss out entirely. But the cameras are likely to be rearranged from the diagonal orientation of the iPhone 15 to the vertical layout seen in the last generation's Pro models. So instead of the triangle, you'll see the things laid out linearly. That's what they're saying. We'll see what happens. Yeah, what do you? Oh, you have one little camera lens there and a flashlight. Yeah. AirPod, the
what
fourth.
Do you got?
What do you mean?
I couldn't see.
Oh yeah, it's three lenses.
Wow.
Plus a flash. Yeah, I don't know.
I got a button in front of mine.
Mine has LiDAR, which I don't think stands for lying, but it does. It's like radar. And it actually, I took a picture of Samuel this weekend, and the phone claims, here, look at him here. Can you see that? You see that?
Mm-hmm.
It automatically, because I put the
no kidding.
I put the measuring thing on him. Let's see, you can do that. Anyway, you can't see that very well, but it automatically said he's 6'1".
Wow.
I sent that to his brothers. Never have they sent me a text back so quickly.
And they said, no way.
No way. No, your phone's wrong. Let's see.
A little jealousy popped up there.
Total jealousy because he's taller than them now.
Yeah, well, that's usually what happens with the last
He's
one.
at least taller than the oldest. And then I think he's either the same height or a little bit taller than Sawyer. So he's taller than Stewart. He's a little, he's almost right there with Sawyer.
What grade is he in?
He's in 8th grade.
Yeah, so he's got
I keep
at
telling
least 2.5 years to grow.
Yeah, he's on the gold team for soccer and the varsity team for his middle school. And so I told him, look, coach throws you a basketball, you catch it. You go out there and you see what he does with it. Yeah, you go get that foosball. Apple Watch, they're looking at that. That's a Series 10 now. So if you missed out on the Apple Watch, there's time to get the 10th iteration of it.
I'm sure mine's like a 2.
You have an Apple Watch?
I have no idea what I have.
What is that thing on your wrist there?
This?
Yeah.
Fitbit.
Oh, it's a Fitbit. Okay. We were talking about fungal fever. So switching from Apple to fungus real quick. The nearly 20 cases of valley fever were identified after a summer music festival in California. State officials are warning that the risk from fungal infection rises in the late summer and early fall. We wanted to continue the story because we didn't get through much of it. But they say they're preparing for another possible increase in valley fever cases in the coming months. This is out in California. I thought that was the land of fruits and nuts, that they're doing fine out there. Gold Rush and all that. Apple, Google.
Fruits and nuts, huh?
Tesla. Well, because they have a lot of agriculture. What? I don't understand. Let's see. They want Californians to know the signs and symptoms to detect it early. If you have a lingering cough and fatigue, please talk to a doctor about valley fever. Remember they had the Valley Girl?
Yeah,
Do you have
what
a lingering cough?
Do
you have a lingering cough?
Nah, I just made that one up.
Are you hot? Okay. Yeah, Valley Girl fever. No, just valley fever, especially if you've been outdoors in dusty air in the Central Valley or Central Coast regions. So they had a music festival and 19 people came down with the fungal infection. So that's not good.
20?
Probably. No, they had, let's see, the number of infections is growing in California with at least 9,000 cases reported across the state last year and more than 5,000 preliminary cases reported so far this year, but that's as of July 1st. So they have, yeah.
News is traveling fast.
I tell you.
Only took 6 weeks to get here. See, that's going slower. No, 6, 10 weeks. That's slower than my siding project.
Well, they just had the festival.
Yeah, but you said July 1st.
Well, that was for the 5,000 people who have it so far from January 1 to July 1. That many people.
It's not focused.
No, I know. It's a fast moving show. And that's why people like it. That's why people like it is because it's a fast moving show. Tim Walz is going to be in Michigan this week. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Democratic vice presidential candidate, will be in Michigan as part of a massive blitz from the campaign. Let's see. According to the campaign, Walz and Vice President Kamala Harris will barnstorm battleground states in the days following Harris. So I guess he's going to be here next week. Yeah, he's going to be in, well, I don't know. They've got this all messed up. They say he'll be in Michigan, North Carolina. He's also going to cover other Midwest states. They don't say where or when. So I think what they're saying is they're just promoting he's going to be all over the place.
Wasn't there supposed to be a local debate watch party you would put on?
There is supposed to be one.
Where's that at?
Well, we can bring details. No, they wouldn't tell you where it was at unless you RSVP'd.
Oh.
Yeah. Because they wanted to make sure that they had the right setup for the whole thing. Yeah, it was the mayor's watch party. What?
Well, I know.
What are you looking at me all side eye for?
But where's it at? They're not going to tell people where they're having a watch party.
Not until they RSVP.
Well, how do you RSVP?
It's on Facebook, on social media.
Okay.
Yeah, just look for Berrien County Watch Party.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Mayors, Mayor Muhammad, Mayor Brooke Thomas. All right, it's 7:27. We've got a lot to get to here on the WSJM Morning Show. Thanks for tuning in. We've got more coming up in just a moment. ABC News, our Bloomberg Report, WSJM Newsroom check-in, and more coming up.
Are you a small business owner or entrepreneur looking to thrive in our community?
All right. You're not going to go to a watch party. That debate's tomorrow night.
Right, I can't.
Well, it's not that you can't. You just wouldn't.
Probably not.
You ever go to a watch party?
It's been a while, but yeah.
Or like election results or something?
Yeah, we used to host them.
How do those typically go?
At the Berrien County Republic. We used to host them a lot of times either at Berrien Hills when it was open.
How did those go?
Good.
What do you think's going to happen with Berrien Hills? I know that there was a developer there who had a big plan and big ideas. And
yeah, to me,
right now there's a tree across the driveway and it hasn't moved in months.
Obviously, it needs to be condemned, the building, and tore down. But, the land, I don't know how you build a lot of houses down there because it's so wet. If anybody ever golfed there, you'll know. Remember how wet it could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, it's, it was a golf course for, 80 years or so.
Yeah.
My dad actually caddied at it 1930s.
Huh. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody famous?
Al Capone would golf there.
Would he really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I don't think he caddied for him, but
wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I played there a few times, and it was a nice course. It was too bad it had to shut down. Just not enough customers.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. It'd be nice to have that right there. It is beautiful. A lot of people use it for walking paths because of the nature. And most recently, I don't know how they access it if they're just in the neighborhood or whatever.
Right.
But you can't get to the parking lot anymore because there's a big tree that conveniently fell over across the driveway.
Did, yeah. Right.
And they've since put cones and everything out. I don't know if people were running into it or getting scared or whatever. Sometimes the police are backed in there. I don't know if they're measuring radar or whatever.
I'm kind of surprised they still keep the light up.
Me too.
Because the traffic coming off Miami is not that heavy.
Yeah.
And to me, a stop sign would be sufficient to turn onto Napier either way.
I do like it, though, if you're coming off Miami and turning onto Napier.
Yeah, but
left,
how
if
many
you're taking
cars
a left
really
on.
do that?
Probably not a lot.
Yeah.
Probably not a lot.
I mean, it made a little bit more sense when the golf course was open because...
Sure, you got golfers coming out.
Yeah, right. But I don't know. I'm kind of surprised because for the longest time, there never was a light there.
Oh, really?
No. And then they put one, and now the traffic's even less.
Bill says one of his board games is a horse racing game. Steeplechase? Is that a steeplechase? That's fun. I used to play that. Let's see. Teresa says she retired from checkers.
She have a party?
Probably. Let's see. Bill says no one in his family likes racing, so he doesn't get his racing games out.
Is that the
and his
guy
sister
who
did
does
not like checkers.
The small race cars?
Yes. Yes.
He needs to come up here. We need to have a race up here.
Teresa says my brother and I would play checkers a lot. But he would always
Shoots
beat
and ladder.
me. Very nice. And you miss him. Yep, I bet. So Bill has 10 racing board games.
Wow.
10. That's fun. All right, we've got the Bloomberg report here. We'll be right back.
Tech writer Mark Gurman says to watch for 4 new iPhone models. The higher-end Pro and Pro Max iPhones are getting bigger screens, along with camera upgrades. There will also be some iPhone color changes. Apple is also expected to unveil a suite of artificial intelligence tools, but Gurman says we should not expect many of the new AI features to be available just yet. Stocks look set for recovery after a sell-off triggered by cooling U.S. job numbers. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
And thank you for making it part of your day. The WSJM Morning Show, that is. Let's see, what do we have temperature-wise out there? Mostly clear skies, 61 degrees in Benton Harbor, mostly clear, and 62 in St. Joseph. Still chilly out in Dowagiac, 53 degrees down there. Buchanan has 52 as well. New Buffalo, 57 degrees. The forecast for today is looking like it's going to be a sunny day, high around 80, west winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Did you get out and watch any of the waves this weekend? Did you see the lake?
I think I drove by it once. I could hear them when we walked out of the house. They were really rolling.
Did you hear a vacuum on Saturday night? I heard like a big vacuum.
No.
I don't know if I was having a nightmare or what, because I heard this sound.
Was
I don't
the
think
sewer plugged?
No,
Like in the street?
it was like it was coming from outside. So, I don't know. Maybe the leaf blower is already out.
No, they don't. They're not going to do it at
The
night.
leaf suckers.
But
Well, I
maybe-
didn't think so, but it was in the middle of the night. I thought I heard a vacuum. It wasn't a helicopter.
Could be a sewer vacuum truck.
What is that?
Well, when the sewers get plugged,
Yeah.
street sewers.
But when the sewers get plugged, they come
could
out
have backup.
like in the middle of the night. They
If
do
have
this
a
work.
Backup, yeah.
How do they know if they have a backup?
People call and complain.
What is it? Smell or is it the water?
The water.
Okay. All right. Well, we have more to talk
You
about,
need to
including
call city and find out.
I could. I don't know. I just thought it was somebody was vacuuming in the middle of the night. I asked my son, "Are you vacuuming?" Like, no.
What, you having those mushrooms again or something?
No. That was mushroom pizza, not psychedelic mushrooms.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The battle for the White House shaping up to be a tighter contest than ever, headed into the first presidential debate tomorrow night on ABC. It'll happen in Philadelphia. Here's ABC's Christiane Cordero on a new New York Times Siena poll.
A new poll shows a tight race. Trump at 48% among likely voters, Harris at 47%, well within the margin of error. But Trump's approval rating is higher than during his previous two campaigns, and the poll shows likely voters view Trump as closer to the political center than Harris. 47% say Harris is too liberal, but only 32% say Trump is too conservative.
Manhunt resuming in southeastern Kentucky for the man that's a suspect in a series of highway shootings along I-75 that have left at least 5 people wounded. Scorching temperatures in the Southwest leading to fast-moving wildfires and thousands of evacuations in California and Nevada. This is ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
7:34. And good morning. It's Monday morning, 9th day of September. I'm Ken Lundberg. My co-host this morning is Brett Witkowski. And one of our viewers on the YouTube and Facebook live stream thought instead of a vacuum that I heard over the weekend in the middle of the night that woke me up, maybe it was a street cleaner. Do they do street cleaning in the middle of the night? I don't think.
St. Joe City, not normally anymore.
Yeah.
They used to back in the day, but not now.
I think somebody was, they were
literally vacuuming.
I think they were sleepwalking and somebody probably started up a leaf blower because it's that time of year.
At what time was this?
I feel like it was 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't know. Maybe somebody was coming home from the bar.
Different something.
No. Somebody was probably coming home from the bar and they thought, got to get my vacuum going. Got to get my leaf blower going.
Or maybe they really were vacuuming. Was your windows open?
My windows were open, yes.
Yeah, maybe they really were vacuuming.
Outside. Some of the news that we're following from the WSJM newsroom today is a horrible weekend over in Benton Harbor, Benton Township area. A 22-year-old Benton Harbor man dead, and police are asking for the public's help in identifying a suspect after gunshots were fired at an illegal block party in Benton Township. That happened early Sunday morning, about 2 a.m., According to a statement from Benton Township Police, officers were on the scene of a large party at the intersection of Broadway and Emory. While attending to other issues, officers heard gunshots in an adjacent field, and when responding to that, officers found a victim suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Life-saving efforts were attempted. They were unsuccessful. The man died at the hospital. The identity of the victim not yet released. Investigators say they know there were hundreds of people at that party at 2 a.m. Sunday morning. Multiple people, they say, witnessed the incident. So they're requesting any of them, some of them, all of them, whoever, come forward and give further information. And please reach out to the Benton Charter Township Police Department so they can solve that case.
And there were multiple police agencies, you said.
There was Benton Charter Township Police Department, the Benton Harbor Department of Public Safety, and Michigan State Police had all already arrived at the scene to break up the party. And instead they heard gunshots and there was a gunshot victim dead.
Well, I didn't get my invite.
Well, thank goodness. Other news, 2 teenagers are charged in a Benton Township shooting that happened last week. We'll tell you about that one. That was on Thursday. A 15-year-old there shot, and the 2 suspects are in their early teens. One's 13, one's 16.
Unreal.
They're in custody. And then Michigan State Police are asking for the public's help in finding someone who vandalized the Pure Michigan sign that welcomes people from Indiana coming into Michigan. So right on the 31 bypass there, somebody shot it up with a rifle, it appears, about 18 times. And so, I mean, we've heard in the news, Kentucky, there's a manhunt right now for somebody who was shooting motorists. Then also in Seattle, same thing was happening on I-5. And so this one was the victim was a sign. Hopefully they get the person and say, this is not a smart thing to do.
The bullets end up somewhere, though.
They do. They always do. Those that miss and those that hit. All right, it's 7:37. We've got sports coming up from Dave Wolf in just a moment after this look at state news.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. There are no class.
I can't even just fathom what's going through someone's mind as you're next to a busy highway and you decide, and take target practice on that sign. What in the world?
Definitely evidence that there's a devil.
I guess pure evil.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. It is pure evil. And if it wasn't a gun, they'd find something else to do it with.
Spray paint.
No, who knows? Mazel tov, stuff like
Mazel tov. Isn't that what you say? Oh, Molotov.
Yeah,
You're talking about
Molotovs,
Molotov cocktails.
I mean, people will find a way. Evil's evil.
Yeah. All right. So it is the WSJM morning show. Let's see what else. Yeah, Diane thought they were street sweepers. That's the most logical explanation I can come up with. I mean, it was a noise. I don't know what.
Could be.
I don't know.
Usually they don't run them at the night, but it could be.
I wouldn't think.
They used to all the time. They come by once a week.
Well, we have a vacuum set up downstairs, and I thought, well, maybe Samuel accidentally turned it on or something like that.
Oh, in your house you have that?
Just a little vacuum. Yeah, it's a shop vac.
Oh, I thought you had like the hose against the wall.
No.
Setup.
Those are convenient. You ever have one of those?
No, I've only seen them a couple times.
The
in
built-in
homes, yeah.
The vacuums that are built in. Those seem convenient.
They still build houses with those?
I don't know. Seems like they should, right? It's a lot
Yeah.
easier than dragging around a vacuum cleaner.
But don't you have to have a hose in every room?
No. You just have one hose and you just plug it into the outlet like you would a plug. And then you can just go in that room, vacuum, and then when you're done, you unplug the hose and plug it in somewhere else.
Okay. Sounds fun.
You sound suspicious. You sound
No,
you sound suspect. Like
So
I
you
don't
gotta
know
have,
about this newfangled convenience thing here.
You got to have the vacuum system on at all times.
No.
How do you turn it on and
It
off?
sits in your garage like a water heater.
Oh.
And it's just there. That's the big canister and the big suction thing and everything else. So that sits in your garage, and you change out the filter whenever, or you empty it, or whatever you got to do. And then if you want to vacuum, if it's vacuuming day, you plug the hose into the wall. It's got both the power and the suction thing, and then you just flip the switch and go.
Okay,
And then
now I know.
unplug it.
Now I feel better. I was a little worried there for a minute.
How are we ever going to get you into an electric car?
I had no intentions of owning. Well, I shouldn't say that. For around town, I could buy one. I'd buy one.
A hybrid. You got to get the hybrids.
No, I'd
though.
buy electric even for around town.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I had enough money,
Well, you're going to win the lottery.
I already plan on it.
You're going to
I'm
set
not
up
going in today.
set up some endowments.
I'd be happy with just what's in that classic lotto. That's about what I can handle. $1 million, $2 million.
Let's see. What do we have going on in the news here this morning? You ever going to get a new phone? When do you think it's going to be the right time to get your new phone? Because, I mean, Apple's, they're unveiling the 16. You've got like the 1.
Yeah, this isn't. It says
Apple One.
IE4.
Internet Explorer 4? That's a Microsoft product.
Let's see what it says.
No, Brett's got an Apple.
It says it is.
Thanks again for my cookie.
This is a phone is iPhone SE.
Oh, you got the cheap model.
Well, yeah, I'm cheap.
Okay. You should think about trading up.
I'm good.
Go for a 2, the iPhone 2. Let's see. Do that one. Do that one. Let's see what else we have going on in the news. Today is National Boss/Employee Exchange Day. I don't know what the heck that is. Employers are encouraged to let rank and file staffers see what it's like running the place and vice versa. That actually isn't a bad idea.
Okay, I don't want to sit in your seat.
No, that's actually not a bad idea.
I'd hit all kinds of buttons.
No, I mean, if you're in charge of a department, as you are, you should do what they're doing on a daily basis, and they get to see what your job is like. So you have a better appreciation for each other and some of the decisions that you have to make, because they may not understand otherwise. and vice versa.
I appreciate what they do.
And vice versa.
We have a guy 45-year anniversary tomorrow.
Looking forward to that. That's great. Tomorrow's the day.
Yep.
45 years.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
So,
you want to say his name?
Randy Mosier.
Randy Mosier. Congratulations, Randy Mosier.
Yep.
45 years. That's great.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. At one spot.
Yeah.
So we're going to celebrate it Thursday at 4 back in the shop with everybody.
Will you name a road after him? You should submit that to the county.
No.
Come on.
No.
Why not? 45 years. Randy deserves a road.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. Well, he probably works on a lot of them, so that's good enough.
Okay. He's probably like, I don't want anything to do with these roads after I'm done.
Before I even decide that we'd send a press release out, I'm like, Randy, you got 45 coming up. I said, you mind if we do that? He goes, okay, that's fine. We'll talk to you later.
It's pretty easy going.
Yeah, he's really easy going.
That's great.
Yep.
That's
he has a hard job. He's been doing a roadside mowing for us all summer. So,
oh wow,
it's got in one of our new $200,000 tractors and goes.
They had something going on at speaking of roadways. I was on Redbud, and they had something going on Redbud Motocross Trail this weekend. Little motorcycles were racing around in the dirt. It wasn't anything like the big one,
Redbud,
but small one.
Pretty impressive track he's got there.
It really is cool. It really is cool. Like to get out there in my electric car. I don't have
an electric bike.
You can, yeah.
I like to get one of those.
I don't know. I don't want to see you on an electric bike.
Why?
Because they go a lot faster than you think.
Oh, I know. I can handle it.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the biggest thing you've been on with two wheels is a moped.
I've been on a motorcycle.
Oh, boy.
Well, no, not good at it.
It's also International Sudoku Day.
Which means?
Sudoku? Is
that a game?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little game in the newspapers. They have numbers and stuff. It's complicated.
Is it? Is it in our paper?
We'll be right back.
Exchange, insured by NCUA.
Mostly sunny skies today. Temperatures will be warming up close to 80 as we head into the afternoon hours with that sunshine. Clear and cool tonight, down to 53, and a little warmer for our Tuesday. Still sunny, though. High temperatures up around 83 to 85. The hotter weather is really the middle and end of the week when highs will be around 85 to 87. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
And here we go. 15 minutes before 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, we'll have the latest news from ABC, shortly followed by news from the WSJM newsroom. We'll tell you about the local news that is making us scratch our heads this morning. But I tell you, those shootings over in Benton Township, Benton Harbor area over the weekend and late last week, concerning, and police asking for help. So if you need more information on that, go to our website, WSJM.com. Queen Elizabeth's memorial site has been revealed. Now, 2 years since she died.
That long, huh?
2 years. Yeah, 2 years after Her Majesty's death, Queen Elizabeth's National Memorial Site has been revealed. The British government says it will be in London's St. James Park, near Buckingham Palace, and close to the statue of the late monarch's parents, King George VI and Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. The BBC says the memorial will either be a sculpture or a statue, and the final design is expected to be revealed in 2026. You haven't heard much from the royals lately. Everything's kind of simmered down.
Well, King Charles got cancer, but they never disclosed what he has.
Oh, is that right?
I don't remember.
Okay.
And then Princess Kate has cancer.
She has something.
Yeah, which is
they've been working on that.
Which proves, regardless of the money you got, cancer hits everybody, or every family.
That is true. That is true. And money, Mega Millions jackpot is now at $800 million. There was no winner Friday night, and it's now the 8th highest jackpot in the game's history. All the ones ahead of it are above the $1 billion mark. So folks thinking this one could go up to $1 billion. The last jackpot was won more than 3 months ago after the winning ticket was valued at $552 million.
Is that like the Willy Wonka
if there's a
golden ticket.
If there's a winner after Tuesday's drawing, the cash option would be just under $402 million. So the Mega Millions jackpot is at $800 million. And if you, Brett, you win it tomorrow and you give it to me, no, if you win it tomorrow, the cash option, just $402 million. That's after taxes and after all
That's
that
not
other.
bad.
No, you take that? You still take $400 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
What that'd be.
All right.
I'm looking at this.
If you have that kind of money laying around, you could buy a rare copy of the U.S. Constitution. Brunk Auctions is putting it on sale September 28th. Later this month, the minimum bid of $1 million has already been made. It's one of about 100 copies of the document printed by the Secretary of Congress back in 1787. Only 8 are known to still exist, and the other 7 are publicly owned. This copy was found in the North Carolina home of Samuel Johnson, the state's governor, from 1787 to 1789. If you had that kind of money, would you buy a copy of the Constitution?
No.
No?
Because I'm not sure what I would do with it.
Well, you could donate it to a museum. You could sit there and try to read it.
No. I'd probably buy a sports team.
You buy a sports team?
Yeah.
Football? Like British
I'd
style?
probably start out with like a minor league baseball team.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Those are cool. You
Yeah,
buy the
or-
Whitecaps.
Or start one.
Or you could buy the Cubs.
No, the guy who's done the South Bend Cubs, he's done a great job down there.
Yeah. They must be doing something right because
They've done a good job.
they're doing
Maybe
that.
start one here.
There you go.
Buy some land, build a stadium.
Put in some sweets
Yeah.
with some hot dogs, vegan hot dog options, that kind of stuff.
Well,
Oh,
at
that'd
least
be-
hot dogs.
All right. We'll be back with the Moody on the Market update in just a moment. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
Hashtag radio obsessed. In the instance of an emergency, it is critical everyone have a battery-operated or hand-crank broadcast radio in their emergency supply kit. Most trust that their smartphone and the internet will work for critical information when disaster strikes. Time and time again, networks go down or get knocked offline. Local radio broadcasters remain our community's most important first informers, working closely with public safety officials at every level to keep you updated on critical information.
Purchase your CNG certified weather radio right here in Benton Harbor. We have 2 models to choose from. Both include AM/FM radio, NOAA weather channels, illuminating lamp, flashlight, and a hand crank as well.
All right. Sorry about that. I had to ask Brett to let somebody in who's going to one of the other radio stations because they're at our front door and they weren't, they were just hanging out there. So thank you, Brett, for doing that. Let's see what else we have going on. Oh, we've got the Moody on the Market update coming up. See what we're going to talk about today. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you enjoyed it. And hope that your Monday is great. Oh, Teresa says, hey, Brett, if you win the lottery, you will be my new best friend. We will tell Brett that as soon as he comes back. I think he got lost on his way from the front door. We'll bring that up. Oh, we finally got this story. Oh, that's good. Okay, so we'll talk about that. The Culinary Cottage coming up on your Moody on the Market update. Let's see. Really not ready for these temperatures to get up above 85 again. Maybe it'll be cooler here by the lakeshore. That'll be nice. When Brett gets back here, if he ever gets back, we'll talk about the Dolphins. Police are looking into Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill being detained just a few hours before the team's season opener. Did you get lost?
I use restroom.
Oh. Well, you didn't take the hall pass.
No, but it was time. Gentleman was from Boss.
Oh, okay. Is that Jeff?
Sure.
You didn't get his name? You just let him in?
Yeah, I saw a Boss hat.
Oh, okay.
I've seen him in here enough.
I wonder if that was Jeff Street. We had him in here last week.
He's going to the coast.
Oh, talk about the 9/11 Hero Climb. That's coming up this Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. That's over at St. Joe
Dickinson Stadium. Yeah.
Dave
All right.
Wolf does that Hero Climb every week.
We'll be right back.
Takes him a while.
We'll be right back.
That I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play. That my worth isn't determined by my performance. That even on my worst day, I am worthy. That you see me learning, growing, and doing my best. And that is enough.
This message presented by the MHSAA and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
7:53 now, and we'll get to your Moody on the Market update in just a moment. But do you know what a milkweed bug is?
I used to.
You used to know what a milkweed bug was.
I've heard it before, but I don't remember what it is.
They have the same coloring as a monarch butterfly, black and orange.
Okay.
And they just look like a crazy little beetle, and they're bugs. And the large milkweed bugs, if you've seen the milkweed plants right now, they are just swarming on there like crazy. We were walking around St. Joe Saturday and Sunday. I think Sunday, we were on one of those big long walkabouts, stopped looking at the pretty milkweeds, and just clusters of these things, like dozens of them in little spots. I don't know if they're just eating or mating or whatever they're doing, but they were busy. And saw a few monarchs. That was pretty.
Yeah, I've seen moths.
Moss?
Yeah.
Moss?
Moth.
Oh, moth is a...
Yeah. I always feel bad when I go down the highway and I hit a butterfly or something. Is they're flopping around. And
it's called evolution, the survival of the fittest.
Yeah, I feel bad though.
Yeah,
'cause they don't have
eventually.
How long they live?
Eventually, a butterfly will evolve.
Fix that.
Eventually, I know it's ridiculous. Eventually, a butterfly will evolve that will, when a car hits it, will not be affected by it. That's the way evolution goes sometimes. It's the Moody on the Market update. It's brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles, and talking about a new downtown St. Joseph culinary cottage. They're making a big move this fall, although physically it'll only be a couple of blocks. The popular cooking class store and private event caterer is leaving the market at Main and Pleasant Street and moving to its own storefront at 606 Ship Street, just right around the corner from where the Golden Brown Bakery used to be.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's between Main and State in the space formerly occupied by Waterfront Framing and Fashions, which expanded and moved around the corner to 209 State Street earlier this year. The word came from Culinary Cottage owner Tara Newman in a social media post. She says, "We're thrilled to announce that the Culinary Cottage is expanding after almost 3 incredible years at the market. We're moving to a brand new location at 606 Ship Street to bring you even more unforgettable culinary experiences. The new location is only 1 block away. In addition to our cooking classes and community events, we're excited to introduce the Cottage Bakery, a collection of talented cottage bakers sharing their incredible creations. This new addition will offer you the best in local, artisanal baked goods, all under one roof." They say thank you for being part of the journey. We couldn't have done it without you. So if you want to read more about what the Culinary Cottage is, what they have in store, and some more information on how you can get in touch with them, check it out. It's right there at moodyonthemarket.com. And your Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. Did you hear over the weekend that Tyreek Hill was detained by police right before his football game?
Yeah.
Police are looking into Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill being detained just a few hours before the team's season opener. And since then, a Miami-Dade Police Department officer has been placed on administrative duties. A senior law enforcement official told CBS News Miami that Tyreek was stopped for reckless driving. He has a pretty fancy car. It looks like a Lamborghini. The person says the 5-time All-Pro was uncooperative. Another player saw what happened, pulled over, and tried meddling with the officers. Both were detained and later released. Tyreek played in Sunday's home game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. He had an 80-yard touchdown catch in the third quarter. Miami won that game 20-17.
Well, there'll be video footage coming out.
There already is. I've already seen it.
Have you?
Yeah, I've already seen it.
What do you think?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say because you don't know what's happening and you don't know the context within which it happened. So what was there reckless driving going on? And how I'm sure all of that will be studied and looked at, but high profile person, and everyone's got a smartphone these days. So there's tons of video all over the place. But I mean, my rule is cooperate with the officers and clean it up afterwards, because once things start escalating, that's when bad stuff happens.
I agree with you.
I mean, I understand and I empathize, but at the same time, don't escalate. Don't escalate it.
Is that what he did during it?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you watched it.
I did watch it, but you don't know what happened just from snippets of video. You'd have to be there. And,
it's not from the police footage. It's
no.
people.
These are just on the street witnesses, because you don't know what they filmed, what they're releasing, what happened before, what happened after, all that other stuff. All right, it's 7:58, and let's see, Brett, do you have to go to work today? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's all right. How much sports ball you got going on this week?
We got workouts tomorrow for basketball. We got referee Thursday. I got Coloma at South Haven, JV football.
Oh, all right.
And then Friday, we're back at Dickinson with St. Joe hosting Loy Norris.
Very nice.
And then Saturday, coaches show.
Well, Friday, you'll be back here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, to give a preview of the game. All right.
And then Saturday afternoon, Albion football game.
All that and more right here on WSJM.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you?
Where?
Football game.
Oh, really?
That's our oldest daughter graduated from there. So plan is to meet her and my son-in-law there to watch.
Albion College. Who are they taking on?
Oh, I don't
Fresno State?
Yeah. No, Ball State. No, I don't know. I'd have to look. I can't remember who they are taking on. They actually draw very well.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us on the video live stream today, and we will see you tomorrow on the video live stream. The morning show continues.